Hey guys, we're gonna give it 2 minutes and then we're gonna, get to it. How y'all doing today? I'll play some jams while, we're waiting for things to go on. There's 2 minutes to go by, okay? Let's see what we're gonna play for. Shout out. This was my favorite song. Let me dance with this poster. Hey, welcome to Yessayana's Way. Vibing with Yessayana. We was killing time for that 2 minute mark. I go out of my way to see you. I really want to be with you. They be like, will you stop messing up my lyrics, please? Okay, I will. I'll stop. I will leave the singing to you. So let's talk about it. Guys, we're just talking about random topics. This week we lost a couple of people in the entertainment industry. Condolences go out to their families. But when I didn't know, somebody, Banks or something like that. But Ricky Smiley's son, someone thinks that, Ricky Smiley did the unthinkable to his son. The unbelievable to his son. I don't want to believe that about Ricky, but you know what? Today, anything is possible. When you trying to keep up with the Joneses and you ain't trying to let that bag go, sometimes what they say, we do some strange things for the change, strange for the change type things. So I hope he didn't do the strange for the change type thing for the bag, in other words. But my condolences go out to Ricky. Remember his daughter had got shot or something like that. So, he was just like getting over another family tragedy. It's very sad that these people reach their acclaim and they have to go through death like anyone else that is living, but you would think that they escaped a lot of these like issues that really plague the hood. Like, why are you trying to be a millionaire and be a thug too? They don't go together. That's what academics in Charleston was talking about. Academics said, I wouldn't wait to be a millionaire, become a millionaire to be a gangster, a thug. I tell you, somebody's the wrong person's in your ear, baby. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. You know the wrong person's in your ear when you can't make the right decision. I don't know. I just think when you earn things, it would be hard to really just play into that I want to lose game when you earned like things like a family, a good paying job, a well paying job. Not that money solves the issue, but what I'm saying is once your energy and time is directed doing other things, I didn't think that you really had the energy after working in a family. You really got the energy to go out here and knock some shit off. Come on now. Be involved in that gunplay. No, you shouldn't have the energy. I be tired as hell. Y'all be seeing me when y'all seeing me lay down doing these videos. Listen, good night, grandma, because I'm going to bed. I'm serious. You better check your time when you're looking at my pillows, because let me tell you something, honey. Good night, grandma is ready to go to sleep after a certain time. After I put so much energy out into the world. Okay? Stop playing with me. Good night, Grandma. So, anyways, people was, I mean, the boy haven't even gotten in the ground good before the rumors start. Y'all got to start giving people privacy and respect. Like, let them bury their loved ones at least before you start, digging the hole deeper, should I say? Come on. I tried to do my makeup today, guys, from this palette that my daughter brought me. I love it. It was on clearance, but the hues on there is, y'all saw that palette I showed that said colors? This is the color of the palette right on my eye. Look, it did good. Okay. Wow. Gunna is really taking a hit now. Like, the other day, 2 days ago. Normally him and Baby and Future on all of them, they always release unreleased music. But his views were so low and so down. I think gonna, you know, he had to take the fall. He had to take the hit, and then Charleston put Gunna Gonna Tell on You on his name. So that just really messed the brother up all the way around. But what messed him up was not staying solid. You understand? I don't know you know, why he did what he did. So they said Ricky Smiley's son, Brandon Smiley, put a video out minutes before his death to air out. Let's hear what he was talking about. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Brandon.
Make a lesson out of it, but whatever. But for him to go directly to social media and do that, I think they played a big part. That was like the hump that broke the camel, the straw that broke the camel's back or whatever. For him to go on social media and be like, I got a family member. Like, we know what we're talking about him, Bird.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? We got some sad news to address. DJ, stop the beat. What is going on? And
hold on, we listening to Gossip Girl XOXO Gigi. Y'all know my girl. I always rock with Gigi too, but we listening to her, and we're gonna hear a audio from what Ricky Smiley's son Brandon Smiley put out before his death. Okay, let's listen in on this. Boy, like this is so sad and so horrible.
It's highly weird. Now, yesterday,
That's Gigi
Ricky
talking.
Smiley's son passed away at the age of 32. We don't know what happened, but I looked in the comments, man, and I was heartbroken. Y'all was talking about everybody close to Ricky Smiley always disappear. It's something up with Holly Weird and Ricky Smiley. I said, how dare them?
Well, is that true or false? Everyone connected to Ricky Smiley is always disappearing. Who the fuck disappear? Will someone tell me that? Whoever was born on this earth, who is disappearing? Talk to me, man. Grandma's going to bed. Grandma's going to bed. Grandma's going to bed, okay? She gonna go to bed and then wake up again. Oh no, I didn't know all of that was attached to Ricky Smiley. Maybe that's why people were saying that, that he did the unthinkable to his son. I don't know. I'm just going by what they're saying, but we're gonna listen in on Gigi. Thank
Talk
you for
about
giving
him
me
in
the
such a
thumbs
way.
up.
So I went to snooping. Yes,
Hi,
I
Queen
did, and I
Regina.
came across this video, and I
I
was
love you,
shocked at
darling.
the title
Keep giving
of the
cake.
video. I was shocked
Thank you
at
for
the
watching.
title of the video. Look, and shout out to this YouTuber. It says Brandon Smiley, 25 minutes before he left this earth. This video, 25 minutes before he left this earth, and it says he.
Wait a minute. 25 minutes before he left this earth. Sometimes, you know what? When we think we got all the money, your bills is paid, when you think, yes, honey, when you think that it's your nice car and your, clothing and everything, sometimes you got to get into people's head. I'm not going to even say sometimes, I'm going to say all the time. Because if you miss those key points, you will lose your loved ones. I've experienced someone close to me who was having issues mentally and felt like, they wanted to end their life. And thank God I was snooping in their room. I had to babysit my child, man, to make sure she don't do the inevitable. I never wanted to wake up like, oh, my kid, and I ignored the cries. I was babysitting my daughter. I was going for help for the state. The bottom line was I had to babysit my daughter to make sure she doesn't do anything, to harm herself. Sometimes we got to watch the words when we're dealing with people who feel hopeless in life, like they feel like they don't have anything else to live for. For someone on the outside looking in, you can ignore those signs when you have a lot of material things going on, but it's not material when they feeling alone and feeling like people don't understand and feeling like everything is compiling on them over and over and over again in their mind, not in your mind. In your mind and in your eyes, you can see, well, they look like they look good. That's what you're going to automatically think. And it's easy to fool the masses. You understand? It's easy to be heartbroken, hurting, and everything else on the inside, but it's easy. It's not like a homeless man. You can say, "Damn, I see why he want to kill himself." Like I see, like I'm not saying I see why the homeless man want to kill himself, but I'm saying you could probably be like, with all the issues he's facing, it's more than likely he will end his life because he feels hopeless. You don't look at a well off to do person like that. But what they deal with personally is just a lot of rejection and just the world closing in on them. He might have woken up that way, like, fuck it. I'm telling you, people wake up and they say, fuck it, and mean it. And not just on death, okay, and not want to walk upon this earth anymore, but also when they're in relationships, when they're in marriages, when they are parents, they just wake up one day and say, F it. Like, that's the day. Like, internally, they always was feeling like nobody cares anyways. So now they're actually partaking in that feeling by saying, you know what, I don't give a F. Nobody cares. And when people show that they care, it's a little too late. Okay? Point 25 minutes conversation or audio 25 minutes before the man took his life. You can't look at people like that when they're crying out for help. I don't care if they're 97. A 97-year-old can end their life. Okay? When they're crying out for help, they feel like, I can't do this no more. Love will heal you and bring you through. If you watched a video that I showed where there was this old man dancing. He was part of a fraternity, and all of his friends and the younger men and everyone there at that place where they were celebrating grabbed him by his arm and they made a dance out of his disability. But to look around and see all of those people here for you and helping you get through this moment is nurturing, caring, it's kind, it's hopeful. It makes you feel like you can't give up. But the opposite of that is when people be like, oh, stay down. They give you the bullshit lines like hang in there. They ignore all the signs. They don't put their arm under you to help you. They don't be like a crutch to you. And if they are, they make you feel bad. You know, that's the opposite of love. A person feeling hated and worthless. And today, let me tell you something. I was always wondering why this man let me count $19,000. I said, why did he let me count all that money? Because that's not a normal act. I know we're friends, but what was his purpose of showing me and allowing me to count that type of money? And that incident happened to me maybe 1 year ago. It's on my thing, my videos. So in that 1 year, I got my answer today. Today I got my answer listening to Dewberry. And he was talking about how people, when they think you're poor, they do certain things around you to like arouse you, to get you excited, to impress them, to try to impress you. Because you know what the weird activity was? He let me count that money and he split a sandwich with me. And I was like, that was really weird. But today I found out why he did that, because I don't have money. So to him, that was like aha over me, or to make me jump through hoops. Today I'm an older woman. Maybe when I was 20, that type of thing fascinated me, but that brother didn't part with $1 from that $19,000. Okay, and told me there was more from where that came from. But today, Dewberry answered the question how people treat you. And it was in sync with when I was taking a bath too, how I was thinking, and I was thinking to myself, it's not that a person F's with you. It's how they F with you. And the F is just a F bomb word. I don't feel like saying that. So I was just saying the F word. So I was like, it's how they F with you, and still thinking about that incident. But when I heard Dewberry today talk, I was like, wow. And you know what? You can get a lot more information and more respect out of a man you don't sleep with, because they'll guide you in the right way when they feel like you are being led down the wrong path. And Dewberry from a distance is like a brother to me, although I do not know him, but his advice is very critical to me in my life as a woman, as a sister, as a mom. Of course, I dropped the ball on so many things, but I still think I can learn from my past mistakes, as well as, how people perceive me in the way that I perceive them as well. Because you know what? This same person, when I was going through my issue, like, of feeling like I was worthless, like I didn't want to live on this earth anymore, this same person looked at me in my eyes, and like that day, like, if you know your friends, he was ignoring the warning signs. And the warning sign was, I was so choked up. I was so sad. I was trying to hide. Like, you could tell I was like crying, or something was wrong with me. Like, I was so sorrowful that day, because I thought by having company, letting him come to my house, that, I would feel better and everything. But I tell you, I woke up feeling a certain way. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop crying and crying. I was talking to God. I was saying, God, it's not your fault. It was gray in my room that day. It was gray, like a cloudy day, like it is outside right now. And I couldn't understand how I woke up like that, because for me, it wasn't nothing hard that hit me. It wasn't, I guess I woke up in that fuck it moment, now that I think about it, because it wasn't anything significant that changed in my life for me to wake up like that. But I kept crying. I was just so, somebody said the spirit of gloom. I have a spirit of heaviness on me, is what they said. That's why, you keep your people in your prayers. And, it's like I didn't have nobody babysitting me. And I had my friend ignoring my warning sign. He was like saying things like, player, it's going to be all right, player. Excuse me. Even though he knew something was wrong with me, those was his words of encouragement. So I would say that he missed the boat at the dock. But a young lady that I grew up with, that was my sister age, so she's like 4 years younger than me. That day, she hung around me. She didn't even know what was going on, because those is not the things that you want to tell anybody. Like, this is how I feel. Because some people, they just think like we don't harm ourselves to take ourselves out of this world. They don't think that, Black people, we are always taught to be strong, but we don't never get healing and closure in order to be strong. We just, it's like for me, the problems just is like slapped on. When you get over one thing, here comes another thing. You get over one thing, here comes another thing. And you don't really have that support. Like, we need real time support, not therapists that the next day type support, but we need it in our families, in our loved ones. We need them to pay more attention to us when they do see stuff. We need them to babysit us when, we feel like we want to harm ourselves. That's what I'm saying. Because I had to babysit my daughter, but no one was there to babysit me. And I was scared. I was scared. And, I was reasoning with myself, but I knew that was the wrong thing to do. But if it wasn't for that young lady, and that young lady, she didn't even know, and I didn't even explain to her what was happening to me or how I felt, but her spirit connected with my spirit and told her to minister to me. And I'm the type of person that I minister to people. I talk people through things. But this time I needed that talking through. And she did it. God bless her. She did it, and she didn't even know what she did, but she really brought me through a trying moment in my life. And I just recently seen her last year when I got evicted from my daughter's house, started that street journey. I was able to say, thank you. This is what you did for me. And I don't even think she know it. Her daughters are now in college, but at that time, they was like, we gotta go to the bathroom. We gotta go to the bathroom. She was like, wait. She wouldn't even feed. She ministered to me. God bless that lady. But there was a time that I really felt like that. But you have to pay attention to people. That was the moral of my story. If you love your people like that and you be around them, and I'm not talking about people that you sometimes see. I'm talking about people that you be around every day. Like you can finish their sentence, they can finish your sentence. Like y'all are cool, so you say. Then you gotta watch the actions of your friends and your loved ones because suicide is real, depression is real, anxiety is real. Sometimes you can't medicate a severe depression. You gotta babysit people. People need babysitting at 25, 35, 45, 55. My mama's going through something. I gotta always find out what's happening in her mind, how she's feeling. You understand? And trying to be strong for someone who is going through something too. And you got to be strong for yourself as well as them. I mean, you got to cry, but then you got to reel it back in, pull it together, and realize, okay, business needs to be taken care of. You understand? But we're going to continue listening to XO Gigi Girl.
Do it. Oh my God. Andy Lavender, shout out to him. That YouTuber child. So I'm gonna play this video. Stop and play. Now this is his daddy, Ricky Smiley. And I want to know, what do y'all think about this? Do y'all think it's a coincidence that he left this earth? Press 1. Or you think it's more to what meets the eye? Press 4. If you feel like it's more to what meets the eye, press 4. So I'm going to react to this video. So that does mean I'm going to stop and go. You can feel free to go over to his channel. You see it on the screen to look at it without me stopping and going. But let's start here. This is Brandon Smiley. He just left this earth yesterday. Yesterday morning, he left this earth, meaning Saturday he was alive, Sunday he was alive, and they are saying this is 25 minutes before he left this earth. So what really happened?
Yes.
But they're not going to tell us the truth.
So let's not fill in the blanks.
What's going on, family?
What's up?
I've been seeing a lot of shit on social media regarding the passing of my brother, my good friend.
His son looks so familiar too.
And it's been a lot of people been assuming shit or whatever on both ends. And I just want to set the record straight because me and Byron was like this. He was going through shit. He told me the truth. He kept 100 with me. And there's a lot of shit that out there that shouldn't be said or. It's too much drama, and I understand everybody grieving, I'm grieving, family grieving, that death shit is real. Overdosing and shit is real, man. And there's a lot of people saying that Bird committed suicide. Bird ain't committing no fucking suicide. Bird was too into the Bible to commit suicide.
Okay, Brandon, we want you to be careful out there driving reckless. But, he's gone. But he feels that because you're a Christian, that Christians do not commit suicide. Brandon, that's wrong. I know plenty of Christians that got on there and they did a testimony. Y'all know when y'all go to church, you do your testimony. And plenty of Christians I have saw and I bear witness have told the church and me that they have tried to commit suicide. They have attempted and some have succeeded. So
and I agree with her because I believe in God truly and totally. But like I said, that day I woke up like that. Okay, my room gloomy. I felt like I didn't feel right. That's how I felt. Like I didn't feel right. So we're gonna stop because I'm reacting to her video as well. Okay.
Because Christians, they saying too, Christians do wrong, and in the Bible it would tell y'all you will see Christians in hell. Comment, let us know.
Well,
So
it don't say that in the Bible, okay? I didn't hear nothing about no you'll see Christians in hell. She making that up right there. But let me tell you, if you out here sinning, it's like out here breaking the law. It's a consequence behind that. So it's your actions. It's not the fact that you're a Christian. It's what you do as a Christian. It's like I said, it's not that a person mess with you, it's how they mess with you. Okay? So I don't want to be like, oh well, XYZ happened and it didn't. So let's continue to listen.
Yeah, comment, let us know. Do you think some Christians have committed, taking themselves out of here? Press 9 if you feel like some Christians have done that. Press 10 if you feel like ain't no way they could do it. Ain't no way. But let's continue. He just don't know.
Bird was a strong believer in Jesus Christ. He wouldn't have did no shit like that. Now he probably did overdose. He did that, because Bird took pills, And if you really, really knew Bird, you already knew this shit, and he wouldn't commit no suicide. Now, people saying that, my dad was direct result of Ron committing suicide.
There it go. The truth came out. The truth came out. The truth came out.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, it's not the truth. It's an opinion. It's a speculation. It's another person's perspective. God knows the truth. Okay, so you know what? Can some people make you feel a certain way? Yes, but I don't think that Ricky had so much power over a person, he made them take their life. I wouldn't agree with that. So I don't think the truth did come out on that. I think it just be a pile up of things that an individual is going through and a lot of rejection. When I moved away, when I lived in the streets, the reason I moved away was I kept getting no, 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 no. Until one day I woke up and I was like, Yessayana, what are you doing? And that's when I started the journey with the hotel, staying at the hotels in my homeless state. Okay. So I never thought like I wanted to kill myself, but I had to get away from all the rejection.
So easy. He didn't even think about it. It just came out real flow. And I don't know if Ricky Smiley got something to do with it, because a lot of people is pointing their fingers to Ricky Smiley. And maybe the son knew so much. I don't know. Or maybe the son found out something that caused his demise, but he too young. Look at him. He healthy. Hey, come on now.
Listen, this is what I'm going to say. When you neglect to go and get help, when you decide to self-medicate, when you decide to repeat the same situation or story over like it's a broken record that nobody wants to hear it anymore because you're really looking for pity and not trying to resolve the issue or get help with the issue, it becomes hard to take a person serious like that. Because people will say, recommend things, solutions for you. And if you don't follow up on them or follow up with them, a person cannot take you serious. It's almost like the little boy who cried wolf. You can't expect a person to take you serious when they gave you solutions and you just is not following up on them, even though you do everything else under the sun. We have to learn to be responsible enough to go the extra mile other than looking good. We got to be responsible enough to cross our T's and dot our I's. We got to be responsible enough to pick up the phone instead of calling the family and saying, I don't feel well, call the doctors. But so many people is afraid of what the next man will say. So they don't, the stigma that's associated with getting help for mental illness. I think it's stopping a lot of people, got them, you know, doing strange things. Okay, you got to talk to the right people for your soul to feel like, okay, this burden is lifted. And most times it's God and it's Jesus, but say you don't have that connection. You talk to a therapist. They're trained and paid to listen. And they're not connected so emotionally with you because black people is always going to say fight, 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 beat them up, do shit that's going to get you locked up, paying money, and unable to work because once you get a criminal record, you can't work around this pizzy. They looking for people with no criminal records. So don't be out here trying to be all into your emotions to do the wrong thing as opposed to the right thing. That's all I'm saying.
Around with him, he's healthy, he's young, he's driving, he's thriving. But let's continue on and figure out what's going on.
Now you see what I said. She just confirmed what I said. She said he's healthy, he's young, he's driving. That doesn't mean anything. You remember I said that earlier? You can have the big house. People in big houses with massive incomes, great incomes, don't have to work hard. They commit suicide. Why do people wake up one day and want to check out with the nice car, the nice job, the nice clothing, the nice driving? That's what the bottom line is. Why do they feel like I don't want to live no more? That's what you have to find out, not look at the material things. Go past the material things. That's what it takes to save lives. It takes listening skills. It takes, wait a minute, something's wrong. When you see someone not being themselves, not acting as they normally would, all of those, that's people skills. That's reading your people. That's paying attention to your people. You know what I mean? Those are the things that save your friends.
Suicide by
And
overdose.
loved ones.
No, I ain't gonna say that. No, that's not. Ron ain't. That ain't really have nothing to do with that for real. For real, you can't really say. He was the cause. My dad was the cause. Ricky Smiley was the cause of that. Because I don't think that's true. My dad, he was good to Bird. He was real good to Bird. He raised all of us, treated all of us the same. Me and Bird grew up in the same house.
So Bird is his brother.
Me no worse but no better around. We all was treated the same. My dad never showed favoritism. Ever.
So what is the issue, sir?
But I will say this.
There's a but.
Bird, this comes from Bird mouth. Because I talked to Bird before he died. He was feeling some type of way about the job. Bird came to me and was like, hey man, your dad said he put me on the job, and now I call, he won't call back and this, that, and that.
So, excuse me. Excuse me. So apparently it's about some type of job loss and no communication. I don't know. But you see, money should never be, I'm pretty sure money wasn't the issue either. Okay. I don't know what it was or what it is with this family.
He felt some type of way. He felt down. He kind of felt bad about it.
Okay,
You know,
see,
so Bird, you know, he took
see,
pills from.
listen, Bird, Ricky's son, other son, I guess, who committed suicide or took his life. He was depressed and he was self medicating. So rejecting him feeling rejected and lost and losing. Remember, I told you about a person that it seemed like everything just keep piling on them, all the rejection, all the no's. That's what this young man was going through. And they say that a lot of these kids be trying to live under their parents' shadow. I don't know. My parents was just middle class folks. And my black ass didn't want to go to work, but I had to. But you have to. Everyone has to. You understand? I don't know. Hold on. We're going to continue to listen. I'm not going to make judgment because there is a person who has taken their life here. I'm just trying to understand.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think my dad was direct cause. I won't put that on my dad like that. 'Cause my dad was, like I said, my dad was good to all of us. You know, we all had the same chance growing up. And some of us took advantage of it, and some of us did.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
he
But
said some of us took advantage of it and some of us didn't. And that's what I'm talking about when you have to get out here and you have to work. But I guess when you are a celebrity's child or relative, they be like, you better go to your dad. People don't want to mess with you because of that. You know what I mean? I guess it comes with blessings and curses. So the most you can do is make your own way. That's the best that you can do when you are a celebrity's child. You can take their advice, you can carve your own path, but the bottom line is you got to work. So, we're going to listen to a little more of this. And then y'all can go to Gossip Girl XOXO's page, okay? Go see Gigi. Gigi got the whole 411 for you guys.
I will say this. I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact, he felt some type of way when he was talking to my dad. He had a conversation about my dad regarding the dreads or whatever. You know, and he didn't, for my dad to go on social media and put Ron out there like that. I mean, he didn't say Ron's name, but people who was close to Ron pretty much knew. But I know he was trying to, make a lesson out of it or whatever. But for him to go directly to social media, and
You can't make a lesson out of a person that's hurting. You can't make a lesson out of a person who is severely depressed. And if you do want to teach them a lesson, I would advise you to do it in private. Everything is not for social media. I know y'all think I put all my business out there, but I really don't. I don't put the business that affects me and that can affect me. You understand that that is private, and no one gets privy to that but those who I say. And the things that really hurt me, I don't think you will ever know about it. I talked to a therapist, because I feel like my mental being is just as important as my physical being. And I heard this guy say we got to take care of this mental as much as we take care of our physical. You understand? So, on that note, y'all can go and check out Gigi's page. Thank you for watching. And remember, pay attention to your loved ones because tomorrow or the next second is not promised. Thank you for watching Yessana's Way, vibing with Yessana. Y'all have a great day.